Hey guys, welcome back. If you are new here, I'm Chantal Purcell, and it's been just over a year since I started my cancer journey. Today I'm just going to give an update. So if you're new here, then I invite you to just go back and watch some of the previous videos because it's going to sort of explain how we got to where we are today, because today I'm just going to kind of like roll forward with an update. To start this update, first off, it's been several months since I've done a video update. And number one, I want to apologize profusely for that. My last video, coincidentally, was about fatigue, which is actually why I haven't done a video update, because I just haven't had the energy, actually. It doesn't seem like it takes that much energy to make a video and just talk for a few minutes, but keeping my train of thought and kind of dealing with chemo brain a little bit through all of this and like making sense actually became really challenging. So I can't promise that I'll do any better today, but I'll just do my best. So that's why I've been gone. Secondly, so important to me is that I want to apologize to everybody who had concern. I was contacted by many people who were reaching out because I hadn't done an update. They were concerned. I'm like, okay, where'd this cancer chick go? Like, she quit making videos. Like, is she okay? Did she die? Like, what's going on? And oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry that I made you worry. And but I thank you so much for your outpouring of concern and your interest, and for even just following along. So thank you, and I'm so sorry. So sorry that I made you worry. Okay, so moving on. So 6 months ago, I finished my treatment. So I just did my very first 6-month follow-up with my oncologist. A couple of months ago, I felt a little knot, like a little lump in about the same area on the side of my breast where the first tumor was. This little bump is like the size of a BB. So that was just a couple of months ago that I went in and we actually did like an ultrasound. The doctor saw it, measured it, and really thinks that it's scar tissue. But just to be safe, I do have an appointment to go back in a couple of weeks actually, for another ultrasound, because he did like photograph it and he measured it and stuff, so we can see like if it looks any different, if it's grown in size or anything like that. He really feels pretty sure that it is scar tissue, but we definitely want to make sure. Everything else, like I'm following up with that was the surgeon that did the ultrasound, but my oncologist, who I did my first 6-month follow-up, she was the one that oversaw my chemo. And in general, like, I'm really well. So I'm happy to report that like I feel good. I feel well, which is a really good feeling. And my white blood cell count is still low, so I finished chemo about 11 months ago. And so she said it's really normal. Like, my red blood cell count is kind of where it needs to be. Like, everything else, my platelets and stuff are good, but my white blood cell count is low, like lower than normal. So I'm still like, you know, compromised immune system and stuff, just to be smart, but it's very normal. Like, I'm pretty much like where I should be. So that's all good. I do still like run out of steam, and just kind of get like a little, like, I just get tired, like, and it happens really quick, like kind of like my fatigue video, which if you haven't seen, go back and watch that. But yeah, I mean, like, when the fatigue hits, it literally bam, like it hits, and like it doesn't matter if I'm like across town. So I've just kind of really gauged myself now, because yeah, I kind of got caught that day. And that's happened a few times since then. Second thing I wanted to do is show you what I have been working on growing since I last saw you. So I have more hair than I did in previous videos. So I've been working really hard growing all this hair, and it is it's really getting there. It's longer than it looks up here. I just kind of have it sort of, I don't know, try to keep it a little, it's a little unruly on its own. You should see it when I wake up. It's like everywhere. And okay, so normally, you guys know from watching the previous videos that I had like super straight, like bone straight, long hair before. And it looks a little straight now, but oh my goodness, I have like chemo curls. Like, you can't really see them right now, and I've kind of straightened it actually. But if it's not straightened, it's like all these little curls back here. Not real sure how I feel about that. It's kind of very mullet-ish. I did go in maybe like a month ago. So I went to a sports clip one day. It was just like, I kind of had like that moment where I'm like, oh my God, this mullet is driving me crazy. It just felt like really like unruly, which I'm almost getting to that point again. And so there's like this sports clip place like nearby my house that does men's hair. And so I popped in one day and I'm like, don't know if you can help me, but, and the girl was so nice, and all I wanted was for her to like trim the mullet, like back here, just like cut off the mullet so it wasn't so like growing down my back kind of thing. And so she was super nice. She only charged me like $5 like for a bang trim. I'm like, okay, that's really nice of you. And but I do have an appointment in like 2 weeks with my hairstylist, who did my haircut donation video, which is Jacob H. Kahn Salon in Atlanta. We love Jake. And so I'm going to see Jake in a couple weeks. So I'm so excited. So my philosophy on the hair, which I'm going to do kind of like a hair grow out video actually really soon. I've been tracking my progress over the last 12 months, and I'm excited to say that I'm almost there. Gonna put all this together for any of you girls that are coming behind me who's curious as to like how long it takes for your hair to grow out and at what point it looks like what. I've got that video coming. So subscribe so that you'll know when new videos are posted, and you'll find out. You'll get that video update. So I always like to do like a little like side note kind of things. I've got a side note today. I actually got a message from Karen through YouTube. She had commented on one of my videos and talked about how she, like 2 years after finishing her treatment, she still has fatigue, and that she still like runs out of energy, and she's still dealing with side effects. And I responded to Karen like completely from my heart, because I'm like, oh my gosh, first off, I hate that anybody has to go through any of this, and that 2 years after she's still dealing with side effects. But I was so grateful that she spoke up, because it made me feel better, reminding me, and I say this all the time, we're not alone. We're never alone. And it's like when someone speaks up like Karen did, and she spoke up and reminded me today that I'm not alone, and it lets me know that like there's someone out there, like she knows what I'm feeling, like she can relate to me. She completely relates, and she can understand when I say this is how I'm feeling. Like she understands what I'm feeling because she's there, she's been there. I say this all the time, you guys, in all my videos, is that we're never alone. Whatever it is that we're experiencing, which if it's like a major health diagnosis, if it's a financial crisis, a job crisis, a family crisis, a marital crisis, whatever it is, it can rock our world. But when we kind of open up and sort of put ourselves out there, we'll find that there are other people who are either in the same boat with us or they've been there. And as much as I hate that anyone's ever been there, hey, it's life. We're all going to constantly go through these things, right? I mean, like there's highs and lows. It's just, that's just how life is. But by her reaching out, it really just connected with me. And I think it just kind of came at a time that I needed it, because, none of this is easy, which kind of leads me to something else, is that I had a misconception about my whole treatment thing. I had a misconception about this whole cancer thing. I thought that when I finished like a whole year worth of treatment, and I really thought that when I finished my radiation and I was done with all my treatments, I'm done. Like I'm done with this cancer thing, this whole thing will be behind me, and boom, I just go right back to my life. And I've realized that there's no bouncing right back out of this, that when you finish treatment, at least for me, when I finish treatment, that is when the recovery actually begins. And it's the physical recovery as well as the like mental and emotional recovery, which I'm figuring out now. There's no bouncing right back into the life that I once had. Like that life is gone, but it's okay. It's been replaced with my new life, which is just a new perspective, new priorities, just my new normal. Like my body is different than it's ever been before, and last I checked, they're not going to grow back. I mean, like I could maybe do reconstruction, but But yeah, I mean, so my body's changed. Like physically, there's some changes. I lost a lot of muscle in my legs just from being like so stationary for so long. Just being like mobile and active, and then dealing with like some side effects like neuropathy in one of my feet. I literally can't feel like half of my foot. And I've actually damaged my foot now. My toes are separating because I'm guessing because I can't feel my foot. So I'm actually going to a podiatrist soon, so I can update you guys on that too. Dealing with little things like lymphedema, like because they took 20 lymph nodes during my surgery, my lymph system on this side isn't operating properly, so the arm like fills up, and you can kind of see a little, like, see how you can see knuckles on this side and you can't see knuckles on this side, and probably can't really tell so much, like, and I'm wearing like sleeves today, but even the sleeves like on, oh, you can almost see, like even the sleeves, like see, this is my good arm and this is my swollen arm, and it's, you know, we're the new normal. But you know, you just learn how to kind of like manage the new symptoms and the things that are going on. But this is why I like have a hard time doing videos, because I kind of lose my train of thought, and I'm really sorry. Yeah, so I wanted to thank Karen for speaking out, and just being a reminder today that how good it feels to know that someone else knows what you're going through. So if I can just be open and transparent with my journey and what I've kind of experienced, and if anything that I can say like helps you or someone you know, like in any small way, whether it's cancer, whether it's just life, you know, I just want to tell you what I've been through, so that you know, if you're going through any of these things, that you're not alone. And man, I can empathize, and I absolutely understand what you're going through. I can't make it any better, but I can definitely stand with you, you know, and just support in knowing what you're saying. I can hear you and I can empathize with you from personal experience. So, you know, for that, I'm so grateful for this whole experience. And, you know, I've been through a lot of different things in my life. And if you kind of read the, there's like a little profile thing for this YouTube channel. And if you read that, it sort of gives a teeny little synopsis of the things that I personally have experienced in my life. And all of those are subjects that I can relate to you on, you know, so it may not be cancer, it might be one of those other things that you'll see like in that little profile thing. If you haven't ever read it, I invite you to go take a peek. So I'm just gonna try to come back and do a little more regular videos. I do have quite a bit of content that I'd like to share with people who are doing the breast cancer journey, because I would like to share some about like the hair growth and like lymphedema and neuropathy. If I feel like I've, you know, experienced a lot of things, I can maybe like give some tips for how I got through chemo or radiation and different things that were helpful when I had my double mastectomy. But so yeah, I'm going to talk more about that in future videos, but I'm going to try to keep them a little shorter. Today's a little longer just because I've been gone so long. So I really invite you to be interactive with this whole YouTube channel. I love to hear from you guys. I really do. And I continue to be strengthened. Like, I mean, the cancer part's behind me, like that part of the fight is over, but oh my gosh, like the healing just begins when that finishes. So I'm only like 6 months into like recovery, and there's a lot with physical recovery, the mental, emotional part. And I just am so grateful for the continued support and the strength and the prayers and everything that I get from you guys, that it just continues to push me forward. And like today, I mean, like I've been wanting to come do a video update and stuff, but it literally, it was just prompted by someone taking the time today to reach out. Thank you, Karen, again. And just making this whole experience personal. So I might be sitting here doing videos, but I'm a real person and I like to interact with you guys. And so I invite you to please like write to me, and let's just stay in contact. So anyway, until next time, my friends, live your best life no matter what, with much love. Love you guys. Thank you.